You don't need more time. You're just using it wrong. Written and published by MSE Boost. Chapter 1. The Myth of Busy. Busyness has become a badge of honor in modern society. We often equate a packed schedule with success, importance, and productivity. However, this notion is a pervasive myth that leads to burnout, decreased productivity, and a lack of fulfillment. The truth is, being busy does not necessarily mean you're making progress towards your goals or living a meaningful life. Many people fall into the trap of confusing motion with progress. They fill their days with endless tasks, meetings, and obligations, believing that the more they do, the more they'll achieve. In reality, this frantic pace often leads to a lack of focus and a failure to prioritize what truly matters. When we're constantly rushing from one task to another, we fail to allocate our time and energy effectively, resulting in subpar work and missed opportunities. The myth of busy also perpetuates the idea that we must always be available and responsive. With the rise of technology and instant communication, there's an expectation that we should be able to handle multiple demands simultaneously. This constant connectivity can be detrimental to our productivity and well-being. When we're continually interrupted by notifications, emails, and messages, we lose the ability to concentrate deeply on a single task, leading to longer completion times and increased stress levels. Moreover, the glorification of busyness often stems from a fear of missing out (FOMO) or a desire to prove our worth. We take on more than we can handle because we don't want to disappoint others or feel like we're not doing enough. This mindset can lead to a vicious cycle of overcommitment and burnout, leaving us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. To break free from the myth of busy, we must redefine our relationship with time and reassess our priorities. Instead of measuring success by the number of tasks we complete or the hours we work, we should focus on the impact and value we create. This means learning to say no to non-essential activities and dedicating our time and energy to the things that truly matter. It's crucial to recognize that taking breaks, practicing self-care, and engaging in leisure activities are not signs of laziness or unproductivity. In fact, these practices are essential for maintaining our mental and physical well-being, allowing us to approach our work with renewed energy and focus. When we prioritize our health and happiness, we become more efficient and effective in all areas of our lives. The myth of busy also ignores the importance of reflection and strategic thinking. When we're constantly in motion, we rarely take the time to step back and assess whether our actions are aligned with our goals and values. By carving out moments for introspection and planning, we can ensure that we're moving in the right direction and making intentional choices about how we spend our time. Debunking the myth of busy requires a shift in mindset and a willingness to challenge societal norms. It means embracing the idea that less can be more and that quality trumps quantity. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the pressure to constantly prove our worth through busyness, we can cultivate a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Time is a precious and limited resource, and how we choose to spend it is entirely within our control. By recognizing and rejecting the myth of busy, we can reclaim our time and use it in ways that align with our values and aspirations. It's time to redefine success and embrace a more intentional, purposeful approach to living. Chapter 2. Priorities, not obligations. It's easy to fall into the trap of treating every task or commitment as an obligation. We often find ourselves saying yes to projects, invitations, and favors without considering whether they align with our true priorities. This habit can lead to a life filled with activities that drain our energy and leave us feeling unfulfilled. The key to breaking this cycle lies in distinguishing between priorities and obligations. Priorities are the things that truly matter to us, the activities and goals that bring us closer to our desired future. They are the things we want to invest our time and energy in because they contribute to our personal growth, happiness, and success. Obligations, on the other hand, are the tasks and commitments we feel pressured to take on, even if they don't align with our values or aspirations. To identify your true priorities, Start by reflecting on your values and long-term goals. What matters most to you? What do you want to achieve in your personal and professional life? Once you have a clear understanding of your priorities, use them as a guide for making decisions about how to allocate your time and energy. This process may require some difficult conversations and tough choices. You may need to say no to certain invitations or requests, even if they come from people you care about. You may need to delegate tasks or let go of commitments that no longer serve you. Remember, saying no to something that doesn't align with your priorities is saying yes to something that does. It's also important to recognize that priorities can shift over time. What was important to you a year ago may not be as relevant today. Regularly reassess your priorities and make adjustments as needed. This flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances and ensures that you're always investing your time and energy in the things that matter most. When you focus on priorities rather than obligations, you create space for the activities and experiences that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. You're able to approach your commitments with greater enthusiasm and dedication because you know they're aligned with your values and goals. However, prioritizing effectively requires more than just identifying what matters most to you. It also involves developing the skills and strategies to manage your time and energy efficiently. This may include learning to break down large goals into smaller, manageable tasks, creating realistic schedules and deadlines, and using tools and systems to stay organized and on track. It's also crucial to build in time for self-care and relaxation. When we're constantly focused on our priorities, it's easy to neglect our own needs and well-being. Remember that taking care of yourself is not a luxury, but a necessity. By prioritizing activities that promote your physical, mental, and emotional health, you ensure that you have the energy and resilience to pursue your goals and handle life's challenges. Prioritizing effectively also means being willing to make trade-offs and sacrifices. You may need to let go of certain activities or relationships that no longer serve you, even if they once felt important. You may need to invest time and resources in developing new skills or knowledge to achieve your goals. These choices may be difficult in the short term, but they ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. The art of prioritizing is a skill that requires practice and self-awareness. It's not about perfection, but about making conscious choices that align with your values and aspirations. By focusing on priorities rather than obligations, you take control of your time and energy and create a life that is truly your own. Identifying and pursuing your true priorities is a powerful way to redefine your relationship with time. When you invest your energy in the things that matter most, you experience a greater sense of purpose, fulfillment, and success. By learning to say no to non-essential tasks and obligations, you create space for the activities and experiences that bring you joy and move you closer to your goals. Prioritizing effectively is a skill that requires practice and self-awareness, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Chapter 3. Mastering your energy levels. Have you ever noticed that your productivity and focus fluctuate throughout the day? Some hours seem to fly by with effortless efficiency, while others drag on, leaving you feeling drained and unaccomplished. This ebb and flow of energy is a natural part of the human experience, yet many people fail to recognize and work with these patterns. By understanding and optimizing your daily schedule to align with your natural energy levels, you can unlock a new level of productivity and well-being. The first step in mastering your energy levels is to become aware of your personal rhythms. Each individual has a unique chronotype, or internal clock, that influences when they feel most alert, creative, and focused. Some people are early birds, hitting their stride in the morning hours, while others are night owls, coming alive as the sun sets. Paying attention to when you naturally feel most energized and productive can help you structure your day in a way that maximizes your potential. Once you've identified your peak energy times, it's important to prioritize your most challenging and important tasks during these windows. This might mean tackling a complex project first thing in the morning, when your mind is fresh and focused, or saving creative brainstorming sessions for the late afternoon, when your inhibitions are lower and your imagination is flowing. By aligning your work with your natural rhythms, you can accomplish more in less time and with less effort. It's equally important to recognize and respect your energy dips. Most people experience a lull in the early afternoon, often referred to as the post-lunch slump. Rather than fighting through this period with caffeine and willpower, consider using it as an opportunity to recharge. Take a short nap, go for a walk, or engage in a relaxing activity like meditation or stretching. These breaks can help you reset and return to your tasks with renewed focus and energy. In addition to optimizing your schedule, there are several lifestyle factors that can greatly impact your energy levels. Sleep, of course, is crucial. Aim to establish a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and ensure that your sleep environment is cool, dark, and quiet. Prioritizing high-quality sleep can make a world of difference in your daily energy and productivity. Nutrition also plays a key role in energy management. Rather than relying on quick fixes like sugar and caffeine, focus on eating whole, nutrient-dense foods that provide sustained energy throughout the day. Incorporate plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats into your diet, and be mindful of portion sizes. Staying hydrated is equally important, as even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue and brain fog. Regular exercise is another powerful tool for boosting energy and productivity. While it may seem counterintuitive to expend energy in order to gain energy, physical activity has been shown to increase alertness, improve mood, and enhance cognitive function. Aim to incorporate movement into your daily routine, whether it's a morning jog, a lunchtime yoga class, or an evening strength training session. Find activities that you enjoy and that fits seamlessly into your schedule. Finally, it's important to be mindful of your mental and emotional energy. Stress, anxiety, and negative self-talk can be incredibly draining, leaving you feeling exhausted and unproductive. Incorporate stress management techniques into your daily life, such as deep breathing, journaling, or talking with a trusted friend or therapist. Practice self-compassion and be gentle with yourself, recognizing that there will be days when your energy levels are lower than others. Mastering your energy levels is a continuous process of self-discovery and experimentation. What works for one person may not work for another, and what works for you today may change over time. The key is to remain curious, open-minded, and willing to adapt. By tuning into your natural rhythms, prioritizing self-care, and creating a schedule that supports your energy flows, you can unlock a new level of productivity, creativity, and well-being. Your energy is your most precious resource, and learning to manage it effectively can transform the way you live and work. By understanding and optimizing your daily schedule to align with your natural energy levels, you can accomplish more with less effort and experience a greater sense of balance and fulfillment. Remember, productivity isn't about pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion, but rather about working with your body and mind to achieve your goals with ease and joy. Chapter 4. The Power of Single Tasking. In an age of constant connectivity and endless distractions, multitasking has become the default mode of operation for many people. We pride ourselves on our ability to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, believing that this is the key to productivity and success. However, research has consistently shown that multitasking is a myth. The human brain is not designed to focus on multiple tasks at once, and attempting to do so can actually decrease productivity, increase stress, and lead to subpar work. The truth is, our brains function best when we focus on one task at a time. This is where the power of single tasking comes in. Single tasking is the practice of dedicating your full attention and energy to a single task, without distractions or interruptions. By doing so, you allow yourself to enter a state of deep focus and flow, where your productivity and creativity can soar. When you multitask, your brain is constantly switching between tasks, which requires a significant amount of mental energy and time. Each time you switch tasks, your brain needs to reorient itself, recall where you left off, and refocus on the new task at hand. This process, known as context switching, can take anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, depending on the complexity of the tasks involved. Over the course of a day, these small interruptions can add up to a significant amount of lost time and productivity. In contrast, when you single task, you eliminate the need for context switching and allow your brain to fully immerse itself in the task at hand. This leads to improved concentration, enhanced problem-solving abilities, and higher quality work. Single tasking also reduces stress and mental fatigue, as your brain isn't constantly being pulled in multiple directions. To practice single tasking effectively, start by identifying the most important task on your to-do list. This should be the task that requires the most focus and mental energy, and that will have the greatest impact on your goals. Once you've identified your priority task, eliminate all distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone and computer, close unnecessary tabs and applications, and find a quiet space where you can work uninterrupted. Next, set a specific time frame for your single tasking session. This could be anywhere from 25 minutes to an hour, depending on your personal preferences and the nature of the task. During this time, commit to focusing solely on your chosen task, without allowing yourself to be pulled away by other demands or distractions. If you find your mind wandering or feel the urge to switch tasks, gently redirect your attention back to the task at hand. It may be helpful to use techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you work in focused 25-minute intervals followed by short breaks, to maintain your concentration and motivation. As you practice single tasking, you may find that it feels uncomfortable or even boring at first. Our brains have become accustomed to the constant stimulation of multitasking, and the idea of focusing on a single task can feel foreign. However, with time and practice, single tasking will become more natural and rewarding. You'll begin to experience the satisfaction of deep focus and the pride of producing high-quality work. It's important to note that single tasking doesn't mean you can never switch tasks or take breaks. In fact, regular breaks are essential for maintaining focus and preventing burnout. The key is to be intentional about your task switching, rather than allowing yourself to be pulled in multiple directions by external demands or distractions. Single tasking is a powerful tool for increasing productivity, reducing stress, and improving the quality of your work. By dedicating your full attention and energy to one task at a time, you allow yourself to enter a state of deep focus and flow, where your creativity and problem-solving abilities can shine. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, the benefits of single tasking are well worth the effort. To make single tasking a regular part of your work and life, start small. Choose one important task each day to tackle with your full focus and attention. As you build the habit of single tasking, gradually increase the length and frequency of your focused work sessions. With time and practice, single tasking will become a natural and rewarding part of your daily routine, allowing you to accomplish more with less stress and greater joy. Chapter 5. Streamlining your workflow. Productivity isn't just about working harder or longer hours. It's about working smarter. One of the most effective ways to boost your productivity is by streamlining your workflow. This means identifying and eliminating inefficiencies, automating repetitive tasks, and creating systems that allow you to work more efficiently and effectively. The first step in streamlining your workflow is to conduct a thorough audit of your current processes. Take a close look at how you spend your time each day and identify any tasks or activities that are unnecessarily time-consuming, repetitive, or inefficient. These could be anything from manually entering data into spreadsheets to spending too much time on email or social media. Once you've identified these inefficiencies, it's time to start exploring solutions. Technology can be a powerful ally in streamlining your workflow. There are countless tools and applications available that can automate repetitive tasks, simplify communication and collaboration, and help you stay organized and on track. For example, If you find yourself spending too much time on email, consider using a tool like Sanebox or Boomerang to automatically sort and prioritize your messages. If you struggle with keeping track of tasks and deadlines, a project management tool like Trello or Asana can help you stay organized and on top of your to-do list. Another key aspect of streamlining your workflow is creating clear, standardized processes for recurring tasks. By documenting your processes and creating templates or checklists, you can ensure that you're approaching each task in the most efficient and effective way possible. This not only saves time, but also reduces the risk of errors or omissions. It's also important to be proactive in identifying opportunities for improvement. Don't be afraid to experiment with new tools or approaches, and be open to feedback from colleagues or clients. Continuously evaluating and refining your workflow is an ongoing process that requires a willingness to adapt and evolve. When streamlining your workflow, it's important to strike a balance between efficiency and flexibility. While standardized processes and tools can be incredibly helpful, it's also important to leave room for creativity and innovation. Don't become so rigid in your approach that you miss out on opportunities to think outside the box or try new things. One of the biggest barriers to streamlining your workflow is resistance to change. It can be easy to fall into the trap of thinking, so that this is the way I've always done things, so why change now? However, being open to new ideas and approaches is essential for staying competitive and productive in today's fast-paced world. If you find yourself struggling to let go of old habits or processes, try starting small. Pick one area of your workflow to focus on, and experiment with a new tool or approach. As you start to see the benefits of streamlining, you'll likely find yourself more motivated to tackle larger, more complex areas of your work. Another key aspect of streamlining your workflow is collaboration. Many tasks and projects require input and expertise from multiple people. An inefficient collaboration can quickly derail even the most well-planned workflow. By using tools and platforms that facilitate seamless communication and collaboration, you can ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goals. Streamlining your workflow is an ongoing process that requires commitment, experimentation, and a willingness to adapt. By continuously evaluating and refining your processes, you can unlock new levels of productivity and efficiency, while also reducing stress and freeing up time for the things that matter most. The benefits of a streamlined workflow extend far beyond just getting more done in less time. When you have clear, efficient processes in place, you're able to approach your work with greater clarity, focus, and purpose. You're less likely to get bogged down in the minutiae of day-to-day tasks, and more able to focus on the big picture goals and priorities that truly drive your success. Streamlining your workflow is a powerful way to take control of your time and energy, and unlock your full potential. By identifying inefficiencies, leveraging technology, creating standardized processes, and fostering collaboration, you can create a workflow that works for you, rather than against you. So start small, stay committed, and watch as your productivity and impact soar. Chapter 6. The 80-20th Principle in Action. The Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20th Rule, states that roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. In the context of productivity and time management, this means that a small portion of your efforts and activities likely generate the majority of your results and impact. By identifying and focusing on these high-value activities, you can dramatically improve your productivity and success. Applying the 80-20th principle starts with a willingness to question your assumptions and take a hard look at how you're currently spending your time and energy. Many people fall into the trap of treating all tasks and responsibilities as equally important, spreading their efforts thinly across a wide range of activities. However, not all tasks are created equal, and the 80-20 principle suggests that a small number of activities disproportionately influence your outcomes. To identify your high-impact activities, start by tracking your time for a week or two. Keep a detailed log of how you spend each hour of your day. including both work and personal activities. At the end of this tracking period, review your log and look for patterns. Which activities consistently consume the most time? Which tasks or projects are most directly tied to your key goals and priorities? Next, evaluate each activity through the lens of impact. Ask yourself, if I could only focus on one thing today, which activity would generate the greatest results? This question helps you cut through the noise and zero in on the tasks that truly move the needle. Resist the temptation to confuse busyness with productivity. Just because an activity keeps you occupied doesn't necessarily mean it's the best use of your time and energy. Once you've identified your high-impact activities, it's time to ruthlessly prioritize them. This means saying no to or delegating tasks that don't align with your top priorities, even if they feel urgent or important in the moment. It also means carving out dedicated time for deep, focused work on your most critical tasks, free from distractions and interruptions. One effective strategy for prioritizing your high-impact activities is time blocking. This involves dividing your day into distinct blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific activity or set of related tasks. By proactively planning your day around your top priorities, you ensure that these activities receive the time and attention they deserve, rather than getting pushed aside by less important demands. Of course, applying the 80/20 principle isn't always easy. It requires a willingness to make tough choices, say no to certain opportunities or requests, and potentially disappoint others in the short term. However, the long-term benefits of focusing on your highest impact activities far outweigh these short-term discomforts. It's also important to recognize that your high-impact activities may change over time as your goals, roles, and circumstances evolve. The 80/20 principle is not a one-time exercise, but an ongoing practice of regularly assessing and adjusting your priorities based on what's generating the greatest results. In addition to focusing on your own high-impact activities, the 80/20 principle can also be applied to team productivity and organizational success. As a leader, it's important to help your team members identify and prioritize their own high-impact activities, and to create a culture that values results over busyness. This may require challenging long-held assumptions, reevaluating processes and practices, and making tough decisions about what to continue doing and what to let go of. Applying the 80/20 principle takes practice, discipline, and a willingness to embrace discomfort in the short term for the sake of long-term success. It requires a mindset shift from treating all tasks and activities as equally important to relentlessly prioritizing those that generate the greatest impact. By focusing your time, energy, and attention on the 20% of activities that drive 80% of your results, you can achieve more with less effort and stress, and unlock your full potential both personally and professionally. The 80/20 principle is a powerful tool for anyone seeking to optimize their productivity and impact. By identifying and prioritizing your highest value activities, you can dramatically improve your results and success, while also freeing up time and energy for the things that matter most. While applying this principle requires courage, discipline, and a willingness to make tough choices, the rewards, both personal and professional, are well worth the effort. So start small, stay consistent, and watch as the power of the 80/20 principle transforms your productivity and success. Chapter 7. Harnessing the power of delegation. Many people struggle with productivity and time management because they try to do everything themselves. They believe that if they want something done right, they have to do it themselves. However, this mindset can quickly lead to burnout, stress, and a lack of progress on important goals. The truth is, no one can do it all alone, and attempting to do so is a recipe for failure. This is where the power of delegation comes in. Delegation is the act of assigning tasks and responsibilities to others, freeing up your time and energy to focus on the activities that require your unique skills and expertise. When done effectively, delegation can dramatically improve your productivity, reduce your stress levels, and accelerate your progress towards your goals. However, delegation is not always easy. Many people resist delegating because they fear losing control, worry that others won't do the job as well as they would, or simply don't know where to start. These concerns are understandable, but they can be overcome with the right mindset and strategies. The first step in effective delegation is to identify the tasks and responsibilities that can be delegated. These are typically activities that are time-consuming, but not necessarily high impact, or that require skills or expertise that others on your team possess. For example, if you're a business owner, you might delegate bookkeeping, social media management, or customer service to other team members, freeing up your time to focus on strategy, sales, and growth. Once you've identified the tasks to delegate, it's important to choose the right person for the job. This means considering not just their skills and experience, but also their workload, interests, and development goals. Delegating to someone who is already overloaded or who lacks the necessary skills can lead to frustration and poor results. When delegating a task, it's crucial to provide clear instructions and expectations. This includes specifying the desired outcome, timeline, and any relevant resources or constraints. It's also important to provide context for the task, helping the person understand how their work fits into the bigger picture and why it matters. However, effective delegation isn't just about assigning tasks and walking away. It also requires ongoing communication, support, and feedback. This means being available to answer questions, provide guidance, and troubleshoot problems as they arise. It also means regularly checking in on progress, providing constructive feedback, and celebrating successes along the way. One of the biggest challenges of delegation is letting go of control. Many people micromanage delegated tasks, hovering over the person's shoulder and second-guessing their every move. While it's important to provide support and guidance, it's equally important to give people the autonomy and trust they need to do their best work. This means resisting the urge to constantly check in or redo work that doesn't meet your exact specifications. Another key aspect of effective delegation is setting clear boundaries and expectations around communication and decision-making. This means specifying which decisions the person can make independently and which require your input or approval. It also means establishing clear channels and protocols for communication, such as regular check-ins or status updates. Effective delegation also requires a willingness to invest in the development and growth of your team members. This means providing training, resources, and opportunities for people to learn new skills and take on new challenges. It also means being open to their ideas and feedback, and creating a culture of continuous improvement and innovation. Delegating effectively takes practice, patience, and a willingness to let go of some control. It requires a mindset shift from, "I have to do it all myself," to, "We can achieve more together." But when done well, delegation can be a game changer for your productivity, your team's engagement and development, and your overall success. The power of delegation lies in its ability to multiply your impact and effectiveness. By leveraging the skills, expertise, and energy of others, you can achieve far more than you ever could alone. So start small, build trust, and watch as the power of delegation transforms your productivity and success. Chapter 8. Digital Minimalism for Maximum Productivity. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel like we're always on, always available, and always distracted. The constant ping of notifications, the endless scroll of social media feeds, and the ever-growing mountain of emails can leave us feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and unproductive. But what if there was a way to reclaim control over our digital lives and create more space for the things that truly matter? Enter digital minimalism. This philosophy, popularized by author and computer science professor Cal Newport, is all about being intentional and selective with our technology use. It's not about rejecting technology altogether, but rather using it in ways that support our values, goals, and well-being. At its core, digital minimalism is about setting boundaries and creating habits that allow us to use technology as a tool, rather than letting it control us. This means being mindful of how we spend our time online, and making conscious choices about which apps, platforms, and activities truly add value to our lives. To get started with digital minimalism, consider doing a digital declutter. This involves taking a break from optional online activities for a set period of time, typically 30 days. During this break, you'll refrain from using social media, watching online videos, reading blogs, and engaging in other digital distractions. Instead, you'll focus on offline activities that bring you joy, such as reading, hobbies, exercise, and face-to-face interactions. The digital declutter is not about deprivation or punishment, but rather about creating space to reflect on your relationship with technology and identify which activities truly add value to your life. It's a chance to break the cycle of mindless scrolling and habitual checking, and rediscover the joy of being present and engaged in the world around you. After the declutter, the next step is to be intentional about which digital activities you reintroduce into your life. This means setting clear boundaries around when, where, and how you use technology. For example, you might decide to check email only twice a day at set times, rather than constantly throughout the day. Or you might choose to keep your phone out of sight during meals and social gatherings, to be fully present with the people around you. Digital minimalism also involves curating your online environment to support your goals and values. This means unfollowing accounts that make you feel bad about yourself, muting notifications that aren't truly urgent, and using tools like website blockers to minimize distractions during focused work time. It also means being selective about which apps and platforms you use, and choosing those that genuinely enhance your life, rather than just filling up your time. Another key aspect of digital minimalism is cultivating high-quality leisure activities that don't involve screens. This might include hobbies like playing an instrument, crafting, or gardening, or social activities like joining a sports team or book club. By filling your free time with engaging, fulfilling activities, you'll be less likely to turn to mindless scrolling as a default. Of course, implementing digital minimalism isn't always easy, especially in a world that seems to demand constant connectivity. You may face pressure from colleagues, friends, or family to be always available, or feel like you're missing out on important information or opportunities by disconnecting. But the truth is, the benefits of digital minimalism far outweigh the costs. By being intentional and selective with your technology use, you'll free up time and mental space for the things that truly matter. You'll be more focused, productive, and creative in your work, and more present and engaged in your personal life. You'll also likely experience less stress, anxiety, and FOMO, fear of missing out, as you learn to find fulfillment in offline activities and face-to-face interactions. Implementing digital minimalism is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It requires commitment, experimentation, and a willingness to let go of old habits and try new things. But with practice and persistence, digital minimalism can be a powerful tool for reclaiming control over your time and attention, and creating a life that is truly fulfilling and meaningful. In a world of constant digital noise and distraction, embracing digital minimalism is a radical act of self-care and empowerment. By being intentional and selective with your technology use, setting clear boundaries, and cultivating high-quality offline activities, you can create more space for the things that truly matter and unlock your full potential for productivity, creativity, and well-being. Chapter 9. Redefining Success. Throughout this book, we've explored various strategies and techniques for optimizing your time, energy, and focus to achieve more with less effort. We've discussed the importance of prioritizing, single tasking, streamlining, delegating, and being intentional with your technology use. But as we come to the end of this journey, it's crucial to take a step back and ask ourselves, what does success really mean? Too often, we define success in narrow, externally driven terms. We chase after promotions, higher salaries, bigger houses, and flashier cars, believing that these things will bring us happiness and fulfillment. We compare ourselves to others and feel like we're never quite measuring up, always striving for more. But what if this approach to success is actually holding us back from living our best lives? The truth is, true success is not about reaching some arbitrary external milestone or accumulating more possessions. It's about living a life that is aligned with your values, passions, and purpose. It's about waking up each day with a sense of excitement and meaning, knowing that you're making a positive impact on the world around you. It's about cultivating deep, authentic relationships and experiencing joy and contentment in the present moment. Redefining success means shifting your focus from external validation to internal fulfillment. It means getting clear on what truly matters to you and making choices that support those priorities. It means letting go of the need to prove yourself or keep up with others, and instead embracing your own unique path and timeline. This shift in mindset can be challenging, especially in a culture that often equates success with busyness, productivity, and material wealth. But by redefining success on your own terms, you free yourself from the pressure to conform to someone else's expectations and create space for a life that is truly your own. So, what does redefining success look like in practice? It starts with getting clear on your values and priorities. What do you stand for? What brings you joy and fulfillment? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world? By answering these questions honestly and authentically, you create a compass for making decisions and navigating challenges. Next, it's about aligning your actions with those values and priorities. This means saying no to opportunities and obligations that don't serve your higher purpose, even if they seem prestigious or lucrative. It means investing your time and energy in activities and relationships that bring you closer to your goals and dreams, even if they don't offer immediate rewards or recognition. Redefining success also means embracing a growth mindset and being willing to learn and evolve over time. It means celebrating your progress and accomplishments, no matter how small, and being kind to yourself when you stumble or fall short. It means recognizing that success is not a destination, but a journey of continuous learning, growth, and self-discovery. Practical strategies for redefining success might include setting meaningful, value-aligned goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. Cultivating a daily practice of gratitude, mindfulness, and self-reflection. Surrounding yourself with supportive, inspiring people who share your values and vision. Regularly reassessing your commitments and priorities to ensure they're still aligned with your goals. Celebrating your successes and learning from your failures with curiosity and compassion. Of course, redefining success is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process of self-discovery and course correction. There will be times when you feel pulled off track by external pressures or old habits. But by staying true to your values, focusing on what truly matters, and embracing the journey, you can create a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and joy. Success, redefined, is about living a life that lights you up from the inside out. It's about making a positive impact on the world, while also taking care of yourself and your loved ones. It's about embracing your unique talents and passions, and using them to create something of value and purpose. By shifting your mindset and aligning your actions with your deepest values and aspirations, you can unlock a new level of fulfillment, creativity, and impact, both personally and professionally. So here's to redefining success on your own terms and creating a life that is truly worth living.